Hello, chronically fabulous patients. Today I'm talking about elimination diets. I get asked a lot, how do you do an elimination diet? What are some really great resources for elimination diets? What is an elimination diet? And I thought I'd take a little bit of time to talk about it because I think it's really important. I really believe in bio-individuality, that there is not one diet that fits all, that I am so different from you and we're all so different from each other that how can we expect that doing one little modification or changing one thing, adding one thing across the board can really help us as a whole. I really believe that it's individualized. Every single person is different. And the food that I find as pleasure could be your poison. So I really stress an elimination diet. I've actually, gone through it myself. I still, experiment on myself every day. I think that it's one of the best things that we can do is to really become in tune with our body to figure out what is good for us and what is not good for us. And I always have my clients do an elimination diet, and I really, every time that someone talks to me and says, I have this problem, I have that problem, I really stress that you should go through certain trigger foods to see if it's bothering you, because a lot of our health, most of our health, I would almost say 100% of our health really stems from our gut health. And, what is our gut doing? Our gut is digesting all of the food that we are eating. When I was younger and had acne and would go to the dermatologist and they'd say, cut out dairy or cut out chocolate, that could be causing acne. I'd say, this lady's crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But you know what? They're so true. A lot of the things that we have, headaches, skin manifestations, rashes, eczema, acne, all of this, stomach and digestive issues, joint problems, a lot of it really can stem from what we're eating. And honestly, I can honestly say that I didn't fully believe it until I started experiencing it myself. And especially when I started helping other people and they started seeing results, that I really truly started believing in the power of an elimination diet. So what is an elimination diet? Elimination diet basically is eliminating common trigger foods and to see how you respond to them. Really, the duration of the diet is based on your commitment and really the severity of your symptoms. So if you're really not having very many symptoms and kind of just want to do it on your own, maybe a 10-day, 2-week type of thing could be beneficial. But it really takes your body at least 3 weeks to really realize any dietary changes. So I always suggest at least 6 to 8 weeks of eliminating food. And then what you do is you bring it back in one by one and test it to see how you react. And it's really interesting because, you would think, oh, you eat something and you would have a reaction right away. But that's not the case. It really can take up to 72 hours for something to manifest as a symptom in your body. So it's kind of cool to really play test lab and figure out what's going on inside your body. I never realized that bananas would give me headaches until I took them out and then I added them back in. I never realized that dairy gave me such horrible problems, and I was someone who drank a gallon of milk at least a week. Loved my dairy. I used to say there was no way in hell I would ever give up milk. If I could only choose one thing to drink, it would be milk. I haven't had a sip of milk in almost 2 years, and honestly, it's the best thing I've ever done for my body because it's healing. All of the symptoms that we get when we do an elimination diet and test are symptoms and manifestations that are going on inside our body every single day. And we become so immune and so numb to it that we kind of just push it out. We push it to the back of our brains and think, oh, I know I always have a little bit of IBS, or oh, I know I always get gassy when I have this or that. But we really need to be listening to that. Our bodies are amazing. If something is going on, it's going to tell us. And we need to think of our bodies like the dashboard of a car. If you're driving down the road and your check engine light comes on, you're going to stop and say oh shit, I need to take my car in to get it looked at because something is wrong. And it's the same thing with our body. If we eat something, we get a headache, or we, get a rash, or we get eczema, it's our body telling us that it's not agreeing with this food. It's not playing nice with these proteins. Something is not right. So an elimination diet really can help you figure out exactly what your trigger foods are, what foods you thrive on. So that way, you can either choose to eliminate things forever, or how things affect you. So if you know that you eat mushrooms and you get a little bit of digestive issues, you're not going to eat them when you have a really important day, or that you don't want to feel bloated and you have to look really skinny and dressed. So I will list some resources that I think are really great for an elimination diet. There are so many different ones out there. Really, it's up to you on and in your level of commitment, because it can be really hard to live with these foods that we've become accustomed to eating every day, live without them. So if you have questions, please reach out to me. And it's always great to have support when you're going through something like this. So working with a health coach, or working with a functional doctor, or a nutritionist is always preferred, because you can really bounce off things with them, like, I'm getting this symptom, is that normal, and things like that. Plus, you can have the support of someone else cheering you on when you're in week 4 and all you want is chocolate ice cream, but you can't have chocolate ice cream. But hey, that happened to me when I was going through the process, and this is kind of what I used instead. So there's really no wrong way to do an elimination diet. I guess really the only thing that you could do wrong is to cheat, because you really need to be 100% committed. You can't cheat, because once you cheat, you really need to start all over again. Think of it this way. I heard this as an analogy. When you have a leaky dam, you need to stop the water and completely fix the dam, and let all the bricks dry so that they're completely cemented together before you bring back the water, or the water is going to just push down those bricks. And that's kind of this, it is the same thing with your gut. You need to take those trigger foods out of your digestive system and allow it to completely heal before you put those back in. Because the same thing is going to happen as that dam. It's going to really wash away and destroy a lot of the things that you've done. So that is the hardest part about an elimination diet, is really staying strict and really not cheating. But I can't tell you how worth it is. To be able to know your specific diet, to know your specific triggers, to know, that you don't have joint pain when you don't eat red meat, or you may actually need to cancel plans tomorrow because I had sugar today. They're invaluable pieces of information, and knowing that and becoming more attuned with your body through an elimination diet really can be one of the best things that you do for yourself, especially if you have autoimmune disease, and especially if you have chronic illness. So if you have questions, please reach out to me. And if you would like to schedule a session with me, I offer free one-on-one health consultation, because we can talk more about your situation and kind of what I would say and not say or suggest. So I hope that clears up some confusion.